Even the best of us will instantly judge by the outward appearance. Good morning, y'all. Welcome to Coffee with Connect. We get together on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:30, and we get into God's Word together, and we have our coffee together. My mug today is from Cedar Point, and it is a retro, old-school Gemini logo and design here from the old wooden coaster, the Gemini, that is still there and still running somehow. It's not as bad as the Blue Streak, that's for sure, but it is an old wooden coaster that apparently is an old reliable. So thanks for joining me, and I hope that you've got your mug. I hope you've got some coffee or tea or water, or whatever you might have in there, and that you're ready to jump into God's Word with me here. And we're going to be in the Old Testament. We're going to be in 1 Samuel chapter 16. 1 Samuel 16, and we're going to be looking at just one verse, verse 7. And I would encourage you after the fact to go back and read the whole chapter of 1 Samuel 16, so you can get maybe a little bit more context on this, but there's a really important truth for ourselves that we're going to pull out here of this one verse that I know is something that affects all of us for sure. And we're going to pray, read, think, write, and do. Like I say, if you haven't prayed, hit pause and pray and ask the Lord to open your eyes and your heart to Him this morning as we jump into God's Word. So let's read. We'll read this one verse together. I'm in the NLT, 1 Samuel 16, verse 7. But the Lord said to Samuel, "Don't judge by his appearance or height, for I have rejected him. The Lord doesn't see things the way you see them. People judge by outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." So Samuel, the prophet of God, just to give us a little context as we think about this, he was told by God that he is going to anoint the king, that he was going to find and anoint the next king of Israel. The current king, Saul, was not cutting it. The people wanted a king. They wanted Saul as the king. And God said, fine, you don't want me as king? You want this guy as king? Go ahead. Let's see how that works out for you. And it didn't work out great for him. And so as now they're in this, monarchy, God is saying, okay, y'all appointed the first king. My turn. And so he tells Samuel that you are going to anoint the next king of Israel, and that he would be one of the sons of a man named Jesse who lives in Bethlehem. And so as Samuel's looking at the sons of Jesse and he's hanging out with them, and he looks at the oldest son and basically says that this guy's got to be it. Like, he looks the part. He's, all those things. His stature, all those things. This has got to be the guy. This is a great choice. And God's like, nope, it's not him. He says, don't judge by his appearance or by his height, for I've rejected him. And by rejected him, he doesn't mean he was like an awful person or anything, but just saying like, no, that's not my guy. And Samuel makes the mistake of judging them, the sons of Jesse, by their appearance. And it was the same mistake that Israel made about Saul, their very first king. He looked the part, but he didn't have the heart of a king. He didn't have the heart that the king of God's people should have. And so it didn't matter how good looking Eliab looked, which is the oldest son. God said, it's not my guy. And so this was, really kind of a statement of fact for Samuel, that, man looks at the outer appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart, as we're reading this, because even the best of us will instantly judge by the outward appearance first. Even if we've got to reel it back in, even in that moment, let's be honest, we all do that. We judge by the outward appearance first, and Samuel was guilty of it as well. He's the prophet of God, right? And even he couldn't help himself of doing that. We can't read the secrets of someone else's heart based on their outward appearance. And often that's the only place we judge from, is we look there and start drawing our conclusions from there. And so this might be something that you struggle with. I know I do at times. All of us do. We look at the outward appearance and we make judgments. And so as we're learning, as we're growing, as we're trying to be more like Jesus every day, and learning to be more like him every day, what can you write down here? What can you journal that can help you? What can you be honest about with yourself and with the Lord? And then what do we do? What do we do? Well, the oldest son of Jesse, they were perfect looking potential kings, the 7 oldest sons. And as far as their looks were concerned, they fit the bill. But God didn't want a king like that. They already had a king like that. It didn't turn out very well. And so this was really a push toward godly thinking for Samuel and for everyone. And it should be for us as well. So God is saying, look to me, and don't be so quick to judge a person based on their outward appearance. Look to me, ask for my wisdom, ask for my eyes, ask for my heart as you are seeing somebody, and to see them through godly eyes and through godly thinking and godly wisdom. Samuel needed to know that. And so do we, because it's our natural inclination to judge by the outward appearance. But we don't have to give into that. And that's the thing. You don't have to give into that. You can, pull yourself back together again and ask the Lord to give you wisdom. Can the outward appearance tell us some things about people? Sure can. Absolutely. I'm not saying that has absolutely nothing to do with it, and neither is God. Absolutely. But it never gives us the whole story. It never gives us the whole story. Only God can see the whole story. And so we should seek the Lord in his heart and his mind when we are looking at people and making judgment calls. And by the way, the son of Jesse that Samuel wasn't even considering, that was the youngest son. That was the runt. His name was David. So thanks for joining me. And I hope that you'll like the video and subscribe to the channel. And you'll share this with someone that needs it. Join me again here next time so we can have our coffee and connect to Christ, community, purpose, and God's word together.